injured in 3 separate shootings, all within 4 minutes of one another. 4 people were first shot during a dispute on Bristol Street in Brownsville at 10:40 last night. 2 men were then shot on Bainbridge Street near Malcolm X in Bed-Stuy. And that shooting also happened during another dispute. Several minutes later, a 35-year-old man was shot on Flatbush Avenue. All the victims are expected to recover. So far, no arrests have been made. It does not appear the shootings are related.
Rising chorus to defund the NYPD has put the police into the spotlight in another way. The mayor and the police commissioner in interviews with me yesterday both said that in some way there will be a reduction in funding to the NYPD with money to be diverted to other programs. The details to be worked out as the mayor gets into the budget negotiations with the city council. But we do have crime in the city, and the NYPD has to be there to respond to it, and that's why these 4 incidents are in the spotlight. In Brooklyn overnight, at least 8 people shot in the space of 4 hours. Can the streets be safe even with a smaller NYPD budget? Lindsay Tuckman in Brownsville with more on all of these incidents and the context of the larger police discussion. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Pat. There is not much of a police presence here now, but over a 4-hour span overnight, there was a lot of a police presence here and in 3 other locations after there were 4 shootings, 8 people shot in total. The incident here happened just around 10:45 on the corner near Bristol Street and Newport Street. According to police, there was some sort of dispute here that led to the shooting. 1 woman was shot and is currently still in serious condition. 3 men also shot. They're all stable. New York police say whoever was responsible for the shooting ran away, though, before the cops arrived. Then also at around 10:40, a 35-year-old man was shot in the back in Flatbush. Another incident with few details still. He, though, is in stable condition. Another incident happened just around the same time, 10:45 in Stuyvesant Heights. 2 people shot there, both in the legs, and both are in stable condition. Again, not much information about what led to that shooting, 2 people. And then finally, just before 2 in the morning, police say a 36-year-old man was shot in the torso. That happened in the Flatlands, and he also in stable condition. Now, back here in Brownsville, according to police stats, there have already been 10 more shooting incidents this year alone than the 6 total in 2019. And neighbors here say they hope that trend doesn't continue.
It's heart-wrenching, to be truthful. Like I said, I actually live in this neighborhood for a while, and it's very heart-wrenching to see that going on. And I don't know what we could do. I want to try to see what I could do to get community leaders together and try to come and educate the youth, be more non-violent.
And as of now, we don't have any information about any suspects or whether there's any indication that any of these incidents are connected. Pat?
Thank you, Lindsay.
The woman was the most critically hurt. She was shot in the face here. However, it's unclear the exact circumstances that led up to this barrage of bullets being fired on this street corner. We do know that the calls for victims shot were happening almost simultaneously across Brooklyn overnight. Here on the corner of Bristol Street and Lott Avenue, it seems to be the most violent of them all. Of all the instances, most of the victims, we're told, are expected to recover. However, that 23-year-old woman is now fighting to survive at this hour. The gun violence coming 2 nights after the mayor lifted the curfew put in place in the wake of looting and riots happening in the city and a 12th night of peaceful protesting. However, with a recent dramatic spike in shootings and murders in New York, the police commissioner is dealing with calls to defund the police department. He told us it is certainly a slippery slope to go down. However, he accepts that some reform needs to be made. Faith leaders told us today it takes an effort on everyone's part to effect change.
It's a tough neighborhood, but I'm just saying, I would just like for us, Australian people of color, everyone, but, to come together and just, let's stop the violence. Let's stop the killing of each other.
Well, when it comes to calls to defund the police department or make reforms to it, the budget, of course, is about $6 billion for the NYPD. And the mayor would not say yesterday, when asked repeatedly how much of that money he actually wants to reallocate in the city and put that money back into the community, specifically focusing on youth programs. Reporting live in Brownsville, I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, PIX11 News.